welcome to Wandering Monster, the Monster Manual, a podcast where we don't playtest games, we stress test them. I am the delectable Charles R. Bernard. That is Plim, our special guest.
That's my cue.
No problem. And in descending order from there, we have...
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me with your sweet.
Yeah, just do all
do everybody and do voices for each of us.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
I'm not gonna say my name. I'm gonna wait for Charles Bernard to say my name. I'm not saying it. Not this time.
Paschke.
Yeah,
and as you can see from the lack of a certain Mr. Baltusberger, we have a special guest tonight. Also, if you are watching this but not participating in the chat, I strongly encourage you to do so because John is Pesach drunk, and that's pretty drunk. So go have fun with Drunk John. And also watch us tonight as we have a very special guest GM who will be GMing her game, Horror on Epsilon IV. It's my favorite of all the Epsilons. And with that, I would like to allow our special guest GM, Plim, who you can find at AuthorPLM on Twitter, to introduce herself.
Yeah, so hi everyone. PL McMillan here, or Plim for short. I am a fiction writer specializing in space horror and cosmic horror. So I guess this is like 2 years ago, I took part in the Storytelling Collective's one-shot workshop in which you write a one-shot in a month. So it's both horrifying and delicious pain. If you're into that. And that's how I came up with the Horror on Epsilon IV, which is my take on the Call of Cthulhu tabletop RPG set in the future.
Extremely dope system exported to what I'm sure is a grimmer, darker future than even Warhammer can encapsulate.
I mean, as a Warhammer fan, I don't know if I'd go that far.
That's awesome. You're in good company here. So praise
the cults in this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Praise the ruinous ones. And Mr. Paschke, would you be so kind as to take us to game screen? Oh, should we introduce our characters first, or I guess we do that in game? Right?
Either or. I mean,
as we transition.
Whatever. I still don't know what a Warhammer is.
Well, it's a hammer with a really long shaft. So
so it's a polearm. Okay, I know what that is.
Yeah. So usually, like the host, which is John, would introduce somebody to go first. But I'm a real dick, and I like to shove my way to the front of the line. So tonight, I would like everyone to know that I will be playing Dash Simmons, who is a gambler. And I want to be very clear about this. Like, a lot of people think space gambler, like they have some very set ideas about what that is. I want you to know that in this game, I will be wearing a fringed khaki jacket, a big white cowboy hat, and a belt buckle with a gold nugget buckle. And yeah, I'm just an easygoing gambler. I have some probably pretty scandalous political beliefs for Vulpus corporate folk, and I'm on this here station just trying to make an honest buck.
Okay, Bridget, you're next.
I thought Ian was next.
No, I'm the DM. I choose.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm Osh Chevegas Culpepper. I am 23 years old, and I'm on board just, I'm more of an influencer, really, if you want to describe my career. I don't really go to an office. I don't really, report to a boss or earn regular paychecks. But I do have a career, and that career is just helping others set their stylish goals and making sure that they are living their best possible life while trapped in a tiny cylinder out in space.
Okay, Mr. Paschke.
Right. Channel your older sister. Space
Are you going to do a voice the whole time?
I'm going to do my damnedest, but well, let's see here. Hi there. I'm Theo Marsh. Yeah, I don't know why I became shortened in that. No, I don't think I'm going to do a voice tonight. I don't think I can do a lady voice without being potentially offensive.
Rather than a regular being offensive in this.
Hey, that's intentional when I'm offensive normally. When I'm trying not to be, and it is, then I feel bad. If that made
I
any
know
sense.
a sweet-natured boomer lady who is like looks askance at drag queens because she's like, all that is a satire of women. And I was like, well, no, but I can see where you have a point where it's like over the top and blah blah blah. But anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah. So essentially, brain fart. Yeah. So my character is was overlooked in school, not asked out to the dance, was overlooked again when they weren't offered that teaching position. They were overlooked when they joined a cult, and well, they won't be overlooked anymore. Now they're in charge.
And then finally, Ian.
Playing Jorts, or you could just call me by my legal name, Jornder. Jornder is a lawyer, and not just a normal lawyer, a kind of a boot-licking corporate lawyer who is trying to climb the ladder, very much by the book. Not so starched collar, but definitely obsessively will follow every rule and make sure that all of you follow the rules, because that is the obligation and moral imperative of the law. I'm looking at all of you. Follow the rules.
And so then I'll take that opportunity to introduce the setting, because that in itself is almost like its own character, because it's not set in normal Call of Cthulhu settings, which is usually 1920s or sometimes even the modern. This is set in 541 AC, which actually stands for After Calamity, when the Earth was destroyed. It is set on the colony ship Epsilon, Block 4, and it is traveling to a distant planet to help settle it. So every one of these characters is a citizen. Now, the fun thing about this is the company is always there to suck the joy out of things. So it created what is essentially a HOA on a spaceship, because I hate HOAs. So it's called the CAC, the CAC, the Citizen Accountability Committee. And every shift, citizens are selected at random to pretty much snitch on each other. And if they don't and things go unnoticed and you don't snitch enough, well, you lose certain benefits when you get planet side. Like maybe you get to pick your house last and you end up in a really cramped apartment with 8 others, or maybe you don't get the job you want. And so that will also explain why certain people, like maybe the lawyer, might be really desperate to keep people in line.
I would like to say that Dash has been inappropriately scratching themselves this entire time, and that should be docked on their citizen points.
I contest that. I have only been appropriately scratching.
Smell check. Let's go.
All right. So do we just jump right in, or is there any other foreplay we should do?
What a hair pull or what?
I mean, I really am not usually one to forego foreplay, I promise, but we probably were
You just wasn't hard and fast.
Yeah.
Open it up, yell surprise, smack his ass.
It should always be said that consent has been established off screen for sake of time and convenience. We also talk about our own safety tools and other things. So with that, the reference we just made is contextualizing it. I guess I am a lawyer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, listen,
You're already in
that
character.
game. That just flows right out.
Oh, where does Jorce end and Ian begin?
Hard questions tonight, Ian. Hard questions.
No one butters Jorts.
All right. So also, can I say a fun fact? All the art in this one shot I did myself. So I was really proud of that. So all the things on screen, the character sketches, and a huge shout out to my initial test players, one of which was Bridget, who actually created the characters that I could include so people didn't have to create their own. So I heard that was very exciting for people.
Since you are a writer, designer, artist, yeah, I think that qualifies you as an auteur.
I mean, I feel like that elevates me past the fact that usually I just feel like a feral artistic goblin. So I don't know how I feel about that.
That's what an auteur is. Right?
Well, then absolutely, that is me.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
I did meet her snarling and eating a ham in a corner. She was just
a whole
that
ham.
Is absolutely not true. I'm not the biggest fan of ham. It was chicken. So let's keep the canon real here. Okay, so again, just for terminology, the company is usually referred to as the company, and we do have the CAC, the CAC, and everyone is usually referred to as a citizen. So entering the opening scene, our citizens here have been pegged to do that came out wrong, have been tagged.
It really depends on your preference.
Did I mention this is erotica space horror? Surprise. So you have been tagged to be the CAC representatives of this shift. So everyone is woken up in shifts because there is a lot of colonists. And there's only enough rooms that a quarter of the citizens can be awake at any one time. So you are shift 3. And as you get out of hypersleep, you guys are feeling like, the worst of the worst kind of hangover from being cryogenically frozen. And you're called to the company representative's office. So this is the lovely Eliza Cork. You've seen her before because she works the shift 3 with you. Besides being an employee of the company, she can provide lots of information, how to do your jobs and take your reports when you snitch on people, as you should. And so as your job as the CAC team, you report to her. And that's when she sits you down and you can tell she's not looking really happy, which is never a good sign. And she says, I'm afraid I have some bad news. The company sent over a high priority alert. Seems that citizen Edgar Strauss broke into the cargo bay and stole something very valuable. Yikes. The company has issued a warrant and you'll need to apprehend citizen Strauss. You're under a tight schedule, though. Apparently the cargo needs to be kept frozen all this time, and the company calculates that there are only about 2 hours available. So you need to quickly find it before its internal battery runs out in a defrost, or I'm afraid there's going to be some heavy penalties. Yikers.
That trailing heavy penalty is like every place I've ever worked. Gosh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, first of all, I'm nursing an otter pop because I believe in hair of the dog, and since I have a cryo sleep hangover, I figure otter pop gonna help out.
I thought you'd just be eating a meat popsicle.
You see her, she notes that you have a drink. She looks over at a sign that says no food or beverages, and she makes a note. And she just keeps smiling.
I'm going to very quietly fold the otter pop, slip it inside my friend's jacket. I have a special otter pop pocket right in there. So
I am going to be browsing through the law books that I have, including one about frozen intellectual property laws, so I can see what type of applicable regulations have been broken by this fellow citizen. But I also, as a curiosity, be looking through to see what clauses adjudicate for otter pops are considered to be food or beverage, since they operate in a liminal space between being beverage but not being food because they're frozen, just to either damn you more or vindicate you if the law says so.
I'm going to lean over and kind of murmur to you, look up anything under medicinal, because I am trying to cure the hangover, so perhaps medicinal. But anyway, before we get sidetracked,
well, before that, go ahead, Jorts, and roll library use for your books.
I like that I'm carrying a library. All right, so that is a where is I rolled a 48, so that is under my library use of 61.
So you find that the company actually considers intellectual theft of IP property of any kind to be equitable to treason. And also
Awesome.
autopops are considered laxatives.
Laxatives. I'm gonna make those notes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
Is that
Who's-
IRL? Like, is that something I should add to my know it file?
No, that's not true. That's true in space in the
But
Only in
future.
space.
if the
Right.
autopop is helping with the hangover, that would imply that the kind of sleep that we were just under doesn't give you constipation.
Yeah, and also something about glucose. But do they even make Otter Pops anymore? I could go for one, to
I
be
think they
honest.
do. I see them
Dollar
at
Tree.
Costco. Yeah.
Heartening to think that they'll still be made 500 years after Cataclysm.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
otters are gone.
Yeah, they don't actually know what otters are anymore at this point.
That
it's
is
they're
not,
actually
not
auger pops. After you eat each one on the stick, it's got like a fortune on it.
Exactly.
Ben-
Actually, good call.
not to drag us even further onto a derailment, but that is like the most inconsistent thing I've found in 40K novels. Is like in some of them, it's like we don't even know what ostriches were. And in another one, it's like his whole outfit was made out of ostrich leather. They're like, well, fucking make up your minds.
I
Like,
actually encountered that today where like, and it was in the same series. So it was the same author, Sandy Mitchell. In most of the books that he writes, he takes it where like it doesn't compare much to Earth stuff. And then this one, like the 9th of his 10th series, was very much like comparing things to earthly things. And I was like, Sandy, come on. Be creative, Sandy.
Sandy's got 8 in them, and number 9 was a real strain.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the map on my wristlet, and I'm going to just map out the most direct and expedient route that we could apprehend the citizen.
Oh,
But do
Alright.
we even know where he is?
I wasn't
Oh,
gonna
well.
say, but
You said-
I'm sure the
so-
lawyer could assume.
Oh, you said something about it being stolen recently out of the freezer and
Yeah.
in the cargo
Oh, yeah,
bay.
that'd be a
It's
good
about
place
2
to
hours,
start
so you can't
then,
gotten
yeah.
that far.
yeah.
I'm going to
freezer
document
would be where we
again,
start.
not listening or following directions under the autopop consumption.
Yes, sorry. So I would like to ask our lovely citizen representative, like, do you happen to know where Strauss is?
Actually, I can look up his company band. She types away. She has really long, like those stiletto nails, so it's like click, 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 kind of annoying. It looks like he is in his personal bunk, or at least that's what the band says.
All right. Well, let's go start there then. Thank you very much, citizen. We will be
Ooh.
on the job.
How do you want us to transport said frozen items, since we don't want to add our own thermal distribution to the object? Is there a company's appropriate receptacle?
So
should
the
use?
best thing to do would be to bring it to me because I do have the power to be able to charge up the battery. It is insulated, which is how the battery keeps it frozen for the 2-hour time. But once it gets beyond that, of course, the heat starts to sink in and then the property within can be compromised.
It's just a long igloo ice chest that's big
Full of
enough for a
Otter
human
Pops.
being to sit inside.
Well, I don't know what an igloo is, but I'm sure your
It looks like
comparison
an
is apt.
ostrich.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you're right. You're a lawyer.
All right. So now that we know where we're headed, you do have the ability to map us around there. Or do we all have that ability?
So each one of you has been equipped with a company band.
I
That
did know we had
allows
the
you,
band.
yeah. So that allows you to see the map of
Ah.
the block as well as communicate with the employee who's awake at that time. You can issue complaints or reports if you're part of the CAC committee. It also provides you a Wi-Fi and fun notes like that.
I just have to shoehorn us in somewhere else. Just going to eat it the whole time because you could communicate with it, then technically it's a cacophony.
A what?
You can
It's
be spicy about
cacofonius.
it. I won't be gentle with you later. It's fine. So, as citizens, you do know that
Noise.
on the Epsilon, there are 4 blocks, which makes sense. You're in block 4. Each block is made of 3 levels that you are aware of. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 is the living quarters. That has your mess hall, your shared showers and bathrooms, your exercise rooms, and your entertainment lounge. The second level is where the bunks are, and the third level is the cryopod level.
Okay. Well, I would say probably head to which level is so barracks are 2 or 1? 2, thank you. So since this person is not in a no, they are in a cryopod, right?
They are in their bunk.
Okay, thank you. I was confused for a moment because they would not have a band activated if they were on ice. Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay, let's head to their bunk then.
Okay, good luck. I would hate to see you all have the repercussions that have been lined up for this.
Okay.
Question before we go any further.
Yeah.
Do I know who's all in like my circle of people that know the correct way of doing things and how to believe? Who are cult members? Do I know them?
Being a employee representative, I would hope that no one on this ship is a cult member because the company frowns upon it. However, as a cult member, I am the only one in your cult right now, Eliza Cork.
Oh, okay.
So, that's a good get though.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, yeah.
She makes the secret hand symbol.
Ah, cool. So what was it again? It's just no thumb. Okay.
So like that means that we have the opportunity to get in on the ground floor.
Ground floor, everybody. Like,
yeah.
Who needs genitals? No one needs genitals.
In space, no one can genital hard.
Maybe that is the cult. Do we know the parameters of the cult? Where would I find that?
That is completely up to you.
Yeah, you're the
cult leader
maker. Yeah.
Okay. 50% of the cult so far. So
yeah.
On the Impala.
Well, time's a wasting.
Yeah.
Time is ticking.
Let's get to it. As we're on our way there, I'm going to ask all my fellow party members if they'd like to place a bet on the over/under of how long it takes us to nab this jerk.
Gambling on company time during allocated missions.
It's not gambling if it's a religious practice. Let me just stop you right there. I see you taking the notes. Did you know
religious practices?
You just got yourself a new member. If that's a religious practice,
absolutely it is. If you feel like it should be.
Do I need to be
evangelizing on company property?
Do I need to be baptized in this lawyer guy's blood or something? Or
not quite. Just spits into hand and then just rubs it on your forehead, and then does this.
I do think it may be a good use of time if we were to go by the barracks and get any type of tools that might be helpful in.
Ooh, good idea.
Just a figure that I could really bean someone pretty hard with my copy of tort law, but
which would be ironic.
Want to damage the binding.
Well, also, is Cork going to let us into this room, or are we going to have to break in?
Oh, dude. Did you just talk about damaging company property?
Well, I just want to know, like, isn't it more important that we get into that room? So we should probably know how we are going to get into that room.
Justifying destruction of company property.
It's the embodiment of I'm going to tell on you.
I mean, we could just knock. We could just go up there and be like, "Hi, hello. Have you heard the good word?"
Yeah, there you go.
I have a leaflet I need to pass your way.
I'm busily writing the leaflets right now for him, by hand.
It's so hard to get all the words onto one page.
Yeah.
You have no idea how much I appreciate you doing that for us.
No problem.
You're gonna get moved up in the cult real soon.
Can I run roulette?
Absolutely, you can.
Excellent. Okay, good.
going to go ahead and beeline to the barracks beforehand to see if I can get requisitioned to me some type of.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you there. I think
I'm
or
following,
other
but I'm
tips.
also furiously texting on my space BlackBerry right now.
I had a
it's called
BlackBerry.
It's called a Foxberry.
Foxberry.
Um,
Dear Dad, please buy Jort's family.
So as you get to level 2, which is the barracks area, you know that this is the residential floor for the shift of citizens out of cryosleep. It contains 40 rooms where the citizens sleep and keep any personal belongings not kept in cargo. So it's just separated by a long hallway with 20 rooms on each side and access ladders on either side.
How far up do the access ladders go? Like into like a corridor or the next floor?
So the access ladders give you access to levels 1 through 3, and they are on either side. So if you imagine the block, it looks like a rectangle, but curved, but you know, sci-fi space and all that.
I'm not climbing that. These pants are not supposed to be creased at the knee.
They look vintage.
I mean, it's gonna be
You want to go pop up there, Jort, and see if Jort's is like jean shorts, right?
Yeah.
Are you wearing jean shorts?
No, I was taking it. So my parents named me after a mythical cat in Earth history, and so there's a lot of ambiguity between the cat and the shorts, which I understand. But
Does anyone have any peanut butter? I have an idea.
You could make
I'm afraid
peanut
I
butter
don't.
in the mess hall. There are food replicators.
Ooh.
If we smear peanut butter on Jorts' head, you'll take a shower. So what? The cat Jorts? That was the thing, right? The office person tried to.
Yeah,
it was just butter.
Using butter. Yeah, he was using butter to make Jort's clean Jort self.
Sorry, I thought it was
John
peanut butter.
That's
butter.
regrettable.
Well, see, that's the thing is their ancient Earth history gets
Right.
retold, so now it is peanut butter.
Mythical, yeah.
So if you want to hold on to my various texts of like my law books, because otherwise I can't really climb with that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. And I'll just pile those atop my beautifully fringed jacketed arms.
All right, well, then I'll go ahead and I'll climb to the appropriate landing that will get us to the security armory or whatever.
As soon
You
as
mean the
he's out of
barracks?
sight.
The dorm rooms, more officially known.
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
barracks for staffing, not barracks for armed personnel that could give us handy gear.
Bunks, you might say.
I made the same mistake. Yeah.
I was wondering where you guys were getting weapons. I was like, wow.
Well, not all barracks are military barracks.
Not all barracks.
True. That's
but
true.
You hear barracks probably most often. So you and I made that mistake. But while you're up there, you might as well see if like you can rob anybody of anything useful.
And just a reminder, this is the floor that Citizen Strauss is supposed to be at.
Note to self, when I get my books back, Citizen has advised stealing from other citizens. So I will fine. I'll go up and I'll do the I'll let you know. I'll take a look.
All right, take a look, come back, and then we'll all go up and get
there.
Strauss.
And I'm gonna keep a good distance because I am pretty craven and cowardly, but I will get within snitching radius. So I'll go up to the appropriate level and I will attempt stealth. What is my stealth here? No, better than the average Jort. So I will attempt to stealthily sneak. And that is, I rolled a 9 and under my 40. So that is just above my 5th level.
You are incredibly sneaky to the point where you almost sound like your ancestor, the cat. Just whisper quiet. I will say, Theo, you get a little ping on your Foxberry. from Eliza, and she says, "Hey, Queen. Sorry to interrupt your cacking. Forgot to let you know, or I guess you didn't ask. Room 15, by the way. That's where you'll find him. KK, love you. Let's sacrifice later."
Oh, yeah. Thanks, girl. Kisses. I don't know how to.
Slay, girl. Slay.
I don't know how to. I'm sorry. We will try harder.
I like the kisses and then immediately backpedal. That was
Which part was in character? That is the question.
My canon is all of it.
yeah.
All right, cool. So hey gang, I just wanted to let you know that I feel a cosmic force guiding me that we should go this way.
Well played.
I'm clairvoyant. You should all know that. Yeah.
So
Go ahead. You can choose to roll either fast talk, charm, or persuasion.
into the microphone, Pashki.
Looking at my sheet, trying to figure out which is a better option. That's all you missed. I'm looking at my sheet. Hold on.
That's the good stuff. Don't act like that's nothing that we're missing, man. Those golden pipes.
Golden pipes, they're full of like smoke, phlegm. I am. Okay. What were my options again? Sorry, what were my options again?
Persuasion, fast talk, or charm.
Charm is going to be your best, by the way. That's 65.
Ian, looking at my character sheet behind my back.
I'm trying to be helpful.
I know.
You're being helpful. You're being helpful.
The chat is demanding Pashki's math. Wants to see his math. Just
the Spring Bean has spoken to me, and I don't need to do math.
Thank you. Your math is in windings.
Yeah. There's the color purple, and then an F, and a 7, and a 5, and I'll let you figure that out.
In my glorious leader's defense, that is how much of math is written. At least as far as I see it.
All right. So what did you roll?
I rolled, I believe I was supposed to roll 2d10. Is that correct?
Yes. And which one was your 10?
A 70 and a 5.
So 75. And
Yes.
What's your stat on your sheet for charm?
65.
So that means you want to roll under. So you failed and they don't believe you.
Well, I mean, neither does the chat, so this is why I'm in middle management.
All right, so you don't believe Theo at all. She's doing a horrible job convincing you. But so I don't know if you want to trust that she knows where she's going. That's totally up to you. But meanwhile, George is as sneaky as a kitten up there. Just sneaky.
I believe in my glorious leader, so I'm going to accompany her up to the above floor.
Blind faith, excellent for a cult follower.
I'm just gonna do it by the book. I'm just going to examine all the nameplates in order, unless I have any other type of guide or anything else to reference.
All right.
I'm just gonna do it methodically.
So you'll have started at 1. So by the time you're at 7, they have also entered level 2, and they're right behind you. Are you guys also trying to be sneaky? As where your friend is.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone can roll stealth, but Dash, unfortunately, that laxative is coming back to haunt you, so you're going to have to roll a difficult challenge here. Because your stomach is gurgling in a way that's really upsetting everyone around you. So let's see if you get lucky. And so
I can't be mad at Otter Pops, no matter how much they betray me.
Okay, so everyone will be rolling normal. But Dash, you have to beat the half percentile. So the middle column.
You got it. And I appear to have misplaced my dice. Here we go. Yep. One moment. So let's see. I think I would have failed. No.
You have to roll 10%.
Yeah, I'm at. I think I'm okay actually. 92 is what I rolled.
No, you will have wanted to get 10 or lower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
10 or lower on a D10. I got you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on the
The
800 or
D100.
Oh yeah,
So-
then that would have been impossible. So
Yeah.
I'm screwed. Okay.
So in Call of Cthulhu, you actually want to roll under your percentages in order to pass. So if you roll over, that's when you fail. It's kind of backwards from like D&D, but I'll keep you in mind. Don't worry. Also, Sean wants to mention that they believe that Dash canonically wears diapers, but regardless, that doesn't actually stop your stomach from gurgling or anything from escaping. It might muffle it, but unfortunately, not enough. So actually, it was loud enough that somebody in room 2 came out, a nice elderly old woman, and she was like, "Did I hear a little grumble out here? Do you need a little Werther's candy?" Because her
You got
little grandma
Werther's?
ears just pick it up. Yeah. In the future, it tastes like dirt, though.
Well, that's unfortunate because now that I know that, like, it's no longer a part of the cult. Because, like, the flavor of an actual Werther's is a gift from the divine entity that shows that he loves you, or she. I mean, the chewables are that she loves you. The hard candy Werther's are that he. So, anyways.
So imagine that first time that you had your heart broken and you sobbed so much that your throat kind of tasted like thick snot. That's what these taste like.
Oh.
Heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's like studying for the bar.
So do you accept the candy?
Yeah, I will absolutely accept the candy. I will not eat it, but I'm like, thank you very much, and put it in my pocket. And
It helps with the digestive. Don't worry. It happens when you get older and it just gets all stopped up in there, and this will help you. She toddles back to her room.
Yeah. I would just like you guys to know that the very cool way I play this down is by referring to my diaper as the silencer. Pew pew.
I'm still typing. And now I think this guy has shit himself.
All right. At this point, Jorts, I am assuming you just kept going.
Yeah,
you
I don't know what they're doing, but I am stealthily.
So you do find room 15, which has among the 4 names listed is Strauss's name.
Right, I'm just going to listen at the door real quickly, and that is a double failure. I exceeded twice my listening score.
You cannot hear anything beyond your fellow CAC members' boiling stomach. Can you roll sanity, please?
That's a bad stomach rumble.
Passed,
If it's costing
I
a
rolled a
sanity
42.
Just passed?
Just
All right.
passed.
Just one loss of sanity, 1 point, just out of sheer aggravation because you were sneaking so well. And then Alsh back there is typing so loudly with her really long acrylic nails.
I also have all the sounds on, so it makes the typewriter sound as I'm typing.
And the little noises when it goes off and it's like, meow,
Yeah.
And of course, Dash is the worst. Who knew humans could make the sounds,
And then I will check to see if I can just very quietly open the door and get a little sneak peek.
So it is locked. You will remember that all doors for the safety of the citizens are locked and can be unlocked with the foxberry around your wrist to your own particular room, though.
Dilemma.
We should have asked the corpo lady for the code, the Citizen Strauss's room.
I mean, we could just radio her now.
Yeah, we could just message her.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Heart emoji.
Girl, so we're at the room, right?
Oh, did you find him? Knife emoji, face emoji, heart emoji, blood emoji.
Pickle emoji, ellipses. See, we don't know yet. Can't get in. You do me a fave? Question mark.
Oh, sure. You know, Glory. That's what I like to call you in hashtag, you know, hashtag glory leader, hashtag glory, hashtag love, hashtag will die eventually when the Lord decides it, hashtag smile.
Hashtag truth, hashtag Octothorpe.
I really hope that your god is Sithrak from Ogloth, because that would be real great. Because that's the vibe that I'm getting right now.
So what you need, Queen?
Just a code to get in.
Oh, shoot, that's right. Well, there's not actually codes, as you'd know. But if you go to the company app store and you use my code for 20% off, which is Eliza Cork 69, you can actually get 20% off a hacking program, and you can use that to try to hack in.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much.
Anything for you, Queen. Hashtag kill non-believers.
Death to the evil. Send. Okay, so I download an app.
Are they making an obscene amount of noise during out of all this?
Absolutely.
Still?
Oh yeah.
So at this point, while they're doing this, I could knock.
Yes.
Yeah, you might as well.
I'm just going to while you guys are doing this. I don't know. You haven't told me any of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and.
Yeah, you just hear.
So you knock. You wait.
Citizen, you are ordered by the company to relinquish your stolen goods.
Very direct.
Please.
The only answer is silence.
I am noting that you are resisting, and that is just adding to your negative score. Citizen, I advise you to again relinquish the property.
Before we go any further, I'm just gonna slide my my good friend's law books into his arms, so they're kind of blocking his center mass while he's talking.
And yet, no answer, despite that compelling call to action.
So hard later.
All right, Theo, I think by this time you have paid the 70 credits and you've received the program.
Oh my gosh, this better be good. So many credits.
It has so many ads.
That sounds like 70 cents. I think that's more like $70.
Yes. Absolutely.
So how many ads? That's a very good point, Bridget. How many ads? Is this the premium version, or is this like the one where it's like time to hack? Oh, you may hack after this quick advertisement. Do you have a hard time pooping after cryosleep? Have you woken up not feeling too fresh? Well,
Dude,
just act now.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is no such thing as freemium.
Exactly. So exactly that ad for OtterPop. Thank you for that. After that 2-minute ad,
is
your
it
time
skippable?
is ticking away.
Is
no,
it skippable?
Absolutely not.
God, take forever.
90 seconds of the 2-minute ad is just a listing of the side effects. So,
all right. What I just rolled. What am I rolling? Like, what
computer skills.
Computer skills.
Wait, Clem, what is the worst side effect from that list?
Entirely bodily prolapse.
Ooh.
And can you describe entire bodily prolapse?
Yes.
It's more than just the anus.
Well, it starts at the anus.
Oh,
and you know, an anal prolapse is just intestines. You're just inside out like a glove that got pulled out too fast, you know?
Pashki, what would that sound like?
He's already prolapsing.
I mean, considering that I rolled a 67 out of I think 40. So yeah, that's I don't know. You tell me. You're the dungeon mommy. Let's go. How bad is this?
So you didn't pass, and unfortunately, a 90-minute ad has just popped up.
Oh my god!
All right,
can someone else do this?
Let me see if I don't even think I have that many credits.
Why can't you get them? Our god needs you to have that many credits.
I feel like Osh probably has that as an influencer.
Fine. So I'll download the app.
Mm-hmm.
Wait through the prolapse drug, the prolapse otter pop ad.
Actually, false. Her ad is one that she's in as an influencer. And it's about a powdered drink that you can take and it'll make you as beautiful as her. It comes in various
Instantly.
flavors like stellar bath water, galaxy kisses,
Mm-hmm.
and skin slothing for those who like the meteor taste.
Very popular, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, like, it is like a self-selecting criteria to be an influencer that you not immediately lose your mind seeing yourself in an ad, like that you not descend into madness at the first sight of yourself in an ad. Because I'm pretty sure that would happen to me.
You would actually assume that it would bolster their sanity.
Unless it's one they don't remember doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's the future, so AI, like, we don't even need you to speak the dialogue now. We've just mapped your voice, and you're saying it.
So, Ash, do you want to write? Do you want to roll computer skills to see if you can get the app to? Okay, go on.
And I got a 16.
Ooh. So, do you want to scoff at them as you show off your skills?
Yeah, absolutely scoffing.
So she definitely uses the app as any influencer should be able to do, and the door clicks open.
Nice.
And the app makes a little thank you for using Hackathon. Don't forget to subscribe for more ads.
It was the divine's will that you were with us, so you could do that. I just want you to know that that's not just you being good at apps.
What he said.
She said is my character.
She said, sorry.
It's okay.
All right, well, after you, I'm not going in first.
I'm going to be, while you guys are fiddling with that, I'm going to be looking up trespassing ordinances.
Well, I think by process of elimination, that means I get to go first since I'm not good for much else. So, yeah, I'll saunter on in, saunter on in there, Dash Simmons style.
Okay, what kind of strut does that look like? Keeping in mind you're wearing a diaper and your butt's about to explode.
Well, obviously it's a bow-legged strut. I mean,
how much does your diaper wiggle?
It does. It does kind of move to and fro with a distinct sloshing noise, leading one to remember that our last meal before going into hypersleep is largely liquids anyway. So,
absolutely true.
It's pretty
like
loose
2
down there.
pitchers of iced tea all around your butt.
The good news is that the silencer pew pew is like skin tight all around. So there is no detectable smell yet. Although I might decide to weaponize that at some point if I have to.
So this bunk is like your bunks because they all look the same. The company often lacks originality. But his is actually a mess and reeks of contraband cigarettes. So each room has a bed, 4 lockers because there are 4 shifts. And each locker is assigned to the person, each person who's assigned that room. So 4 people to a room, but only 1 person is awake at a time, of course. So you guys are shift 3. The blankets are half off the small bed, the chair is pulled away from the desk, and a stained company-issued jumpsuit lays crumpled at the end of the bed. And there is a mess of papers scattered across the desk, along with a framed photo of a young girl.
Jinkies, a clue. I would like to /examine the stained jumpsuit and see if I can't determine what type of stain. Like, is it blood stain or just like funk stain?
I will say, let me make sure. You do see dark stains all over the jumpsuit, but you would have to roll a medicine to know what it was off the top of your head without analyzing it, because it has dried to a dark color. It's not fresh.
Okay, and I don't believe my medicine is existent or good, one or the other.
I will say you can smell it if you want.
Yeah, I'll take a whiff.
All right, it does smell a little coppery.
Okay, cool. That's good enough for me. I will share this information with my associates here.
So in the room, besides sniffing the old clothes, what do you four decide to do?
I'm going to use spot hidden.
All right, so you're going to search the room.
Yes.
So hit it.
And it is a 17.
I'm going to assume that passes.
Yeah, my spot hidden's pretty high.
Excellent.
60.
So you're used to kind of going through people's stuff to sell to the tabloids. So you rip through this room like nobody's business. And you find a personal tablet half hidden by the blankets on the bed. There's a large vent above the desk near the ceiling that is also slightly askew. All citizen rooms have this vent. It controls heat oxygen levels to the room. It's about person size because it has to allow the engineers to access the electrical panels and other mechanical points as needed during maintenance. There's about 7 of the 10 screws missing, so it's barely hanging on.
Hey,
well,
George.
as have you kind of disturbed the whole room? I'm going to be tabulating. I'm just going to be using a law check to as a way to gather more information off of her snitching, but also yes, it's going to be part snitch, but also evidence gathering as well.
Okay.
And that is a pass. That's a 51 under the 60, just for secondary clues and information or legal profiling of the perpetrator.
Yeah, so obviously you notice some cigarette butts, you notice an empty bottle of moonshine, not to mention that the company usually likes the room to be kept neat and tidy. So the infractions would probably lead up to about a 2,000 credit fine, not to mention what it would look like on Strauss's record.
So
Putting in an alley.
I didn't realize that I had the skill spot hidden until just now. And so I would like to employ that skill. And I rolled 65, which I believe is a pass, with a 70 for that.
Yep. So I'll destroyed the entire room. So I'm going to say you decided to look at the picture of the little girl, as that was the last thing left. And so while you go over to look at it, you do notice that the papers on the desk are blueprints of the vents that run throughout the entirety of the Epsilon. So all vents start from the mechanical room where the energy core and the life support systems are located. And a spot has been circled in red marking where the life support vents come the closest to the cargo bay with the words laser cutter written near it and underlined. The other papers include a blueprint of the mechanical room and one of the Epsilon escape pods, along with the numbers 7080. And when you pick up the photo, you notice that it's in a cheap plastic frame. It's a picture of a young girl with brilliant blue eyes, around 8 or so, bald, and in a hospital bed. Despite all the tubes and equipment, she's smiling brightly. A name is written on the back, Beverly.
So I've got this. Can I look at the tablet?
Of course.
Yeah, let's take a look at this tablet, see if I can get in there.
You activate it. It has half battery and it's password protected.
I'm going to try Beverly.
Oh, bingo.
Nice.
It unlocks and you look into its files. You find hundreds of pictures of Strauss and the little girl on a green planet, as well as a host of emails between Strauss and someone named Om. Om provided Strauss with blueprints of Epsilon's vent systems and a plan to use those vents to access the cargo bay. Om tells Strauss to use the tools to cut through the sides of a vent into the cargo bay to access the area, which is otherwise locked and inaccessible. The particular email reads, Strauss, cargo SKU confirmed, VCS00GGTH71108. Retrieve this unit. It is of utmost importance that you do not damage the unit's internal refrigeration system during transport and that you eject it right away in the escape pod. I will await your comms call. And then a few hours after that one, but this would be an hour in the past your time, Strauss, rendezvous time has passed. Confirm your location immediately.
Hey, fellow khakis, something tells me that he's in the vents.
That old
Yeah.
chestnut. Guess what? Hang on a second. So the unit is almost off of the vent already, correct?
That's correct.
3 screws.
Is there like any sort of a gap showing, or is it still flush with the wall?
Yeah, just because there's only the 3 screws, it's kind of held up by 2 corners, so you can definitely probably get a hand under there.
All right, Jort, if you can turn your back for a minute, I'd appreciate it, buddy.
I thought you were going to tell him to shove his hand in there.
I've got an idea of where he can shove his hand, but it ain't up there. Yeah,
I got to make sure under the good column for our behavior shows teamwork when working with others, and I will let you get a step up on my back.
Excellent, excellent. And I would like to unscrew those 3 screws and use my listen skill to have a like when you see like I guess it's have a listen. Like have a gander should have an equivalent that's not just like have a listen, but
open up your ear holes and give it a go, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna cochleate that bad boy, and
Heck yeah.
And so let's see how I do on this roll for me. One of my good skills. So I guess I'm a sneaky guy. It's like pretty cool. Oh yeah, I definitely passed that because I got a 004.
So you can hear the obvious noises, the rush of air and the creaks of the ship, but in the distance, somewhere at the same level that your head is at now, you hear kind of a crawling sound. But what you were expecting was the sound of like fabric, a man pulling himself. What you hear is a whole heck of a lot wetter sounding, little stickier sounding, and it's moving really fast.
Sounds like
I'm gonna lean back from the vent. Yeah, that's right. Somebody else had the otter pops. What I will do is get the hell out of the way and tell my comrades that something wet's a coming, and it's probably either what's left of Strauss or what got Strauss. So who's got a weapon? I've got one that I would rather not use up close and personal on some sort of cosmic horror.
Intimidating.
Are any of us armed?
You should be surprised about the damage I can do with this fountain pen.
I've got a knife. It's for rituals. I could sacrifice it to our god.
Can we search the room to see if there's anything weapon worthy?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna step out of the room if you said something wet is coming. I think I'm just gonna step outside.
I will frantically search the room for weapons in the hopes that I can find something.
Yeah, can I like assist in that or something?
The only place you haven't searched yet are the locked lockers. Remember, there are 4, 1 per each shift. You are shift 3.
Okay, so let's see. My locksmith skills are not good. Anybody have a good lockpick?
I will say these aren't high-end lockers. Like perhaps a knife can be used to get the lock open.
Go for it, glorious leader.
I will take my knife and try to pry the locker open, and like those weapons are mine, bitch, and just stab it.
I will say, for you, because you are the cultist, and I'm sure you've done this before. I feel like you would know exactly how to pop open a company locker, and you do.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
So inside is a red canvas bag with a tag reading Edgar Strauss.
Oh, we found him.
Got any guns in there?
Open that. Open the bag.
So it contains a clear bag of toiletries and changes of clothes and underwear, as well as a paper upon which has a child's drawing made with markers depicting a man and a little girl playing in a field. In block letters reads, "To Daddy, love, Beverly." However, as you're holding the bag, it feels a lot heavier than what the insides should be indicating.
Use that knife to check the lining. Slit that open.
Let's cut the lining. Let's rummage.
You cut open the lining and you do reveal hidden pockets sewn into the sides of the bags. The pockets contain an illegal comms broadcaster, small batteries, usually used for powering small tools, and a toolkit including a few screwdrivers, a socket wrench, wire cutters, and a large collection of credits.
Well,
Man, fucking Strauss. Any secret agent ought to have at least like a holdout piece.
But the Divine has blessed us with all these credits.
It's true.
Fantastic.
As you guys are fondling the money, somebody bursts through the door that you left open. It is a young woman. She's strawberry blonde hair down her waist and a perfect complexion, stunning green eyes, and a cupid's bow mouth. She's weeping. She's not a pretty crier. You do recognize her from the mess hall because she makes sure that people recognize her. This is Zolera Vertetilea. She is a TV host. She throws herself at the only person that she knows she can trust, because it is the only person she considers as beautiful, but not quite as beautiful as her, Alsh. Can you do something about that creepy guy in the room next to me? He keeps screaming a whole bunch and I'm trying to meditate. I need to hit my Zen zone at least 2 hours a day or I break out, okay? He's like practicing his horror movie impression, or I don't know, maybe his space madness. I don't care. I want to file a formal CAC complaint and I want you to tell him to knock it out.
I will absolutely do that. And I want to remind you that when we signed these contracts, they promised the rooms would be soundproof. So that is yet another failure.
Isn't it just so horrific?
Come on, I'll introduce you to my friend Jorts. He knows all how to file these complaints.
I don't care about him. He looks like a pleb. Just follow me, okay? She grips your hand with her like over manicured fingers and she pulls you out into the hall. You can see a crowd has gathered and you can definitely hear the screams from here. And she points you at the room and she says, he just keeps screaming.
I'd like to circulate through the crowd while they're listening to the screaming.
All right, what are you doing?
Are you recruiting?
Picking pockets.
I'm recruiting.
Yeah.
All right, picking pockets, roll sleight of hand.
Yep, you got it. Oh, wait, never mind.
It's 25.
I read that. Yeah, I read that wrong. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't want to circulate and pick pockets. I read that stat wrong.
All right.
I'm just going to hang back with my buds and look horrified.
Okay. Theo, are you trying to convert some people?
I mean, as a leader, which as we all know, I am totally a leader. I should be able to handle this. Take me to the screaming man so that I may guide him to calmness and clarity.
That I may lay my holy hand upon him.
Say Zolara, she points to a room. You check the plaque. For shift 3, this would be Citizen Morty Grybeck.
All right.
And of course, you would know that the door is locked.
Well, I assert my dominance and I knock.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk, Morty.
So screaming continues.
Mordecai.
It's literally just getting louder and more hysterical.
El Morte?
Mortstein, open up.
I'm telling you, this is why I talk to no one else on this ship.
Is there an override code for the doors in case of a citizen's life being in peril for like a rescue or for a wellness check?
I hope somebody is writing down that he's trespassing. He's discussing trespassing right now.
Oh,
it's not trespass if someone's life is in danger, and if there's a sanctioned code for it, and like people are using hacking
those
protocols.
Could be screams.
I mean, that's true. You don't know.
Maybe this is like a Anders Muse situation, and it's the fulfillment of a lifelong dream that we're listening to.
Yeah, I mean, I had a therapy that was very similar to this.
But in all earnestness, is there a sanctioned, company-sanctioned override code in case of emergencies for like fire or medical emergency that we're able to use so we can open this door legally?
Whistle up that cat lady and find out.
It's Cork. Her name's Cork. Oh, a CAC lady. Got it. Technically, she's outside of the CAC. She's above the CAC.
Oh.
She's the CAC-less Cork.
She's hovering above the CAC.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely message her if you want. You do have your hacker apps.
Sure, I'll ask if there's a legal way to open the door.
Okay, how do you ask?
I ask. There seems to be a citizen that is in dire straits of screaming, perhaps needing medical care, and the door is unable to be opened.
Oh,
and
add
he's
that it could be
non-responsive.
Citizen Strauss.
I don't have evidence one way or t'other. I just know that a citizen is extreme peril and/or anguish, and a wellness check is deserved, seeing if it is company sanctioned.
She sends back, oh no emoji, oh no emoji. That doesn't sound right. Let me patch into the company's comms and let me see what they say. Meanwhile, while time passes, you hear the screams turn into kind of a wet gurgling noise, moans
yes.
of agony. And then you hear the door click open, and she texts you back, and she says, there you go. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you for following the appropriate protocols. And I'll send like a little like law textbook emoji.
She responds back, LOL.
Thumbs up.
So when you enter the room, it's again very similar to the other room, except inside is the body of Grybeck. He's half laying off the bed, his arms and legs broken at horrible angles, and his ribs cracked open, revealing a torso empty of any organs. There are streaks of blood pooled on the floor and splattered across the wall, and streaking up towards the vent, which is lacking any cover. The air is thick with the reek of copper, salt, and a dark rot. Everyone roll sanity.
Okay, guys, so who's going in the vent first?
Well, not me, because I just rolled 100.
That's really bad.
Oh, no, it's really fun.
I rolled an 18, so I'm pretty sure I passed.
Mm-hmm.
I got 32.
Okay.
I rolled a 45.
All right. For those of you who passed, just roll a 1d3 for the damage. For those who failed, roll a 1d5.
4.
Yikes.
So do I get
3 for me.
Do I get any bonus to my mythos?
No. I mean, technically, all you've seen is a dead body. Nothing really mythic about that.
I was hoping for some type of otherworldly scream and
I mean, if you want, you can
hallucination.
get your hands into the body and see if you can commune with it, but it sounds kind of like the cultist territory.
Oh, no. I just document after the shock subsides that there is a significant loss of corporate property.
Hey, hashtag glory, you should totally do like Haraspexy and use this guy's guts to tell the future.
The guts are missing, aren't they?
Yeah, there's no organs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Zing, hook, line, and sinker. So I will back out of that scenario and advise the crowd to stay back and away from the area.
Almost all of them listen to you except for Zolara. She actually takes her tablet and brushes past you, and she starts taking selfies in front of the body.
Can I join in on the selfies?
Absolutely. How are you posing?
Ah!
She's like, oh my God, you're so funny. How did we ever not meet on the different shifts? Like, you should definitely give me your like contact information.
Oh,
we could collab.
Yeah, we can definitely collab. I mean, it's kind of just like the thing that we should do. It's our Lord's like will that we have met.
Oh my God. Oh my God, do you like commune with a higher power? I'm always looking for more meaning. You know what I mean?
You look well, first of all, I'm not surprised because you look so important.
Unreal.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
Always looking for more meaning. That's
what you need is just the right guidance. And that's
oh my God. Can you guide me?
I will do everything I can.
Meditation doesn't work. I just get so angry, and I want to punch somebody.
That's because you should.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
okay, just contact me. Like whatever you're selling, I'm there.
Okay, awesome. We swap information. I spit in my hand and I just write on the forehead. and then I do that.
She like blushes and she's like, okay, I didn't know it was going to be that kind of a group, but yeah, we'll connect later.
Oh, it's all that kind of group. Kisses.
Kisses. And she leaves with her selfies.
I don't know what I just achieved.
Well, I think like if we were playing Cult of the Lamb, you're at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 followers. So
Yeah, you could open some doors soon.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I think it's 5 or 10 where you can. So keep going.
Got this.
Are you going to search the room, indoor body?
Yes. Search.
Can I have a go at it before everything is destroyed? If that's all right. Great
Yeah.
one.
Spot hidden.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yep. Spot hidden. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, come on. Yep. That's a 30. So I did.
So, are you searching the room or the body?
Well, I don't like to have dessert first, so let's start with the room.
All right. So you notice that besides the crime scene, the room is very neat. You do see that the vent on the floor was ripped from the wall, and the way it's dented indicates that it was pushed from inside the vent rather than pulled from inside the room. And then for the amount of blood all over the room, there's no hint of the missing organs.
Cool. Now I will do that again with the body. Let me CSI that shit. This one I may have failed. Yeah, I think so. That's an 89.
That definitely looks like a body to you, kind of.
Give or take a few bits and squiggles.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check the body now?
Yep.
I want to check. Mom said it's my turn to check.
Yeah. Yeah, Charles. It's Charles's time to check the body, not you. I have 60. So that's a success.
So you notice that the body is extraordinarily damaged, though it doesn't seem to have been done with any kind of tool, as all the wounds have jagged edges. So he was pulled apart almost seemingly by somebody's hands rather than cut open. And so again, his ribs have been pushed aside like the back of a lobster or a space meteor lobster. All the organs inside are gone, so you can see the spine. And every limb has been broken in at least 6 different places in the bone.
Getting the marrow, I bet.
Okay. What a weight loss program this guy has been on. And by loss, I mean his life.
Overhead, while you're hands deep in this man's torso, the strip lights along the ceiling in the hall in the citizen room flicker and buzz, and you get a text from your minion, Cork. Sorry to bother you, hashtag glory, hashtag leader. It looks like something's amiss with the electrical panel in the core room, and there seems to be interruptions, sad face to the power feed for life support, skull face, knife. I think maybe you should probably head down there. I can give you access and figure out what's wrong, or else, without life support, LOL, people will die. Skull face, frozen face, our tombstone emoji.
Won't they anyways? LOL. JK.
LOL, you're so right. Hashtag always right. Hashtag glorious leader.
All right, so we should go check that out. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Guys, life support, huge bummer. People might die. Huge deal, I guess. You want to go? Not let people die?
I mean, yeah, sure.
We've got 2 hours to complete finding the object. Will life support?
At this point, you have a little under 90 minutes.
Plenty of time.
We have all the time in the world.
So,
why don't some of you go and deal with the life support, and the rest go and hunt the object?
So we're gonna split the party. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
that
all right.
has to be under GM consent since that pulls.
Yeah.
I will say,
So-
if you want to finish this CAC mission tonight, you should keep it orgy style rather than twosomes.
That is fine. I was just saying that in character. Now we can go ahead and do life support.
Okay.
So Theo, she does send you. So you actually would have no idea where the core room is because it's not normally accessible. So she actually sends you mapping. It is a level that exists below level 1. And you did not know this, but there is an access ladder right by the airlock by which you would have boarded.
Filing that away for later use.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a feeling this place is modular, and what is one place is every place.
Absolutely, it is company design.
Cool. That's cool information to have. So let's get in there and fix some stuff. Which one of us has the highest technical proficiency or C's?
That would be.
I have a decent history.
I think that might be you, Dash.
My manual dexterity is good. Is that all it requires, or?
You'd probably want to check mechanical or electrical.
Okay. Yeah, mechanical repair is very low.
No, it's 25.
Mine are not good at all.
Yeah, I just have standards.
Oh, then you're our superstar, I think.
Yeah.
Could I use Japanese instead?
Absolutely, you can try.
They talk about the machine language in 40K. It's just Japanese, is all it is. Actually,
I thought it was binary.
That's yeah. Actually, yeah, it is binary. Can't. I was making a dumb joke. Anyway,
I got
go
what you're throwing down.
I mean, if you're thinking
you're
of
too kawaii for your own good.
I think the closest that you'd get is in Firefly, where everything has Korean.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Chinese.
I always thought it was Korean, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I love that show though. It's great. So
let us know in chat. I'm watching. Hopefully, I'm right. As a DM, I should
yeah.
always be right.
For now, it's correct.
Excellent.
So, Glorious Leader, you want to get in there and see if you can't fix the misfiring. Was it skullface, stab, stab, stab? I like that a lot. I think I might turn that into a musical number.
So you guys,
stab,
I'm assuming you guys have gone down to level 1, which is a level below you, headed towards the airlock. Cork did pop open the access panel, which would have been flush against the wall. And there's another ladder that leads down to the core room. So this is a long room dominated by a glowing power core. It's encased in a steel case with small windows, 2 meters in diameter, 4 meters tall, massive tubes connected to at ground level, snaking back to the walls, which provides all the power. To the left of the core is an industrial water recycler and an air scrubber, all in their own nests of tubing and wiring. 4 large vents are set in the center of the top of each wall, and the air is overly dry and tastes of burnt dust. The machinery hums and clanks with constant activity, but which is constantly buzzing down and up, going with the lights as it flickers with the power fluctuation.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go first. No,
I'll go in. I'll do it.
All right. You immediately notice in front of the power core is a body coated in black sticky ichor. It is in a similar state as of Citizen Grybeck. The arms and legs are broken in several places to the point where they're just crazy angles, and the body's chest cavities cracked open, its organs gone. Its head has also been crushed cruelly beyond recognition. Drying blood coats the front of the power core, the floor, and even the ceiling.
Ooh, good for us that we don't need a skull to ID somebody, right?
I mean, you can check the front of the jumpsuit for a name tag.
I was thinking of their little wrist thing.
Yeah, the wristlet.
Oh, that's true. You can also scan that.
I was just checking my character sheet for phrenology. All right, that's
fine. So who's scanning it?
What skill is it?
You would just pass your wristlet over. There's no skill.
I'll do it.
Yeah, so it pops up with the name Strauss, and you can also see it from, since you're that close, that the front of his jumpsuit, also the name patch says Strauss as well.
So, glorious leader, I'm going to let all praise and glory go unto you. Do you want to report this to our contact?
Absolutely, I will. Yes. I get on the phone. Oh my gosh, someone stole Strauss's jumpsuit. Send.
She sends back, laugh, cry, laugh, cry, laugh, cry. So Strauss is naked. You think he's packing? Laugh, cry, laugh, cry, laugh, cry. Hashtag, we didn't allow guns on board. Hashtag, how did he get back? Security. Hashtag, get on it. Hashtag, glorious.
I then send a photo of the dead body. Oops.
She just responds back with sad face. R.I.P.
Totes.
If you just came up with that little text dialogue off the top of your head, Plim, that is like I might have to nominate you for something. I'm not sure why.
It is all improv.
That's
that is spectacular. I thought that was like, does she have cue cards with all these?
Can you imagine? No, I'm just going just feral at this point, which is my DM style.
Her regularly. So.
Yeah. I guess I'm just acting myself.
I think how do you get in through security? LOL is my favorite.
All right, so giggles aside, everything reeks of copper and rot. What do you do next?
I'm useless. Yeah,
I'm going to use spot hidden to see if that cooler or like other things that might indicate for things that were kind of in our mission brief might be within this grisly site, and I do roll that. That is yes. That is just. Oh nope, I'm incorrect. I am 1 over. Well, fiddle sticks.
Well, I'll try then. Because I also have that skill.
I should hope all of you do.
Skill.
I got a 44.
Okay, is that a pass?
It is a pass because my spot hidden is
70. Right? 60.
Well, la-di-da.
So you do a thorough search while Jorts vomits in the corner. Mm-hmm. And though the room is dimly lit, you do find a metal crate tucked into the corner of the room slightly behind the air scrubber. The vent near the power core you do discover is uncovered. Its cover is on the floor under it. But you will notice that 6 screws are set by the cover in a careful pile, along with a small screwdriver. And then the vent above the air scrubber is also uncovered, but its cover has been ripped off, and thick trails of black slime coat the area around it.
Guys, over here, I'm not touching it. Nails.
Well, Jorts, check it out. You've done nothing this whole time, Jorts.
Nothing.
Well, I have been busy compiling corporate notes.
Jorts.
He's done nothing productive this whole time. Let's be clear on that. He's done plenty.
Hold up. Snitching is vital to operations. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna just rip out a couple of pages out of like an old. I don't even know why I'm carrying like, Introduction to Corporate Law 101. But part of my stack, so I'll use like the acknowledgement pages to like make a glove so I can like manipulate things. Mm-hmm. She said the black trail lead. Has anyone opened this case yet? Or
not yet. She just found it.
I can't open it. My nails.
Well, no, I just know if we should open it. I think that we were just to take the case and that the batteries would be recharged. So I don't think we should open it. I think we should just take it back to.
That's probably the best policy.
We were never instructed to open it, and so if we were not instructed to open it,
how do we know it's the right case? It could be any case.
We're even told what the content looks like, and so I'm going to abide by the letter of the law, and that was to retrieve case so it may be charged. IP is fragile, and we don't want to have any more thermal incursions, so I'm just going to make little leaflet grips, and I will move this case if it is something I can carry. I don't know how heavy it is.
So you make your little germaphobe hand paddings. And you approach the crate. It's roughly the size of a small piece of luggage. But as you go to pick it up, that's when you see that the side away from you has been pried open and a chilly mist is slowly leaking out with a small hiss.
Great.
Well, I'm just going to have to move real quickly then.
All
Surely
right.
nothing as bad is going to happen to me from transporting this and following corporate instructions. This should be perfectly fine.
So you're not examining it, you're just picking it up?
That is correct, because I am a law-abiding citizen.
The unexamined life is Jort's.
All right, so you pick it up, and it definitely feels very light, and something is rattling inside.
Good. I don't need to know what that is, because I can't wait to learn how the old Jorts died. So I will just go ahead and transport this case exactly as is, with no tampering, using the most direct route back to Boss Lady.
Yeah, I'll
All
travel
right.
at a safe distance.
All right. Just as a reminder, the overhead lights are flickering, and
Oh, yeah,
you
we do
can
need to
still
fix
hear
that.
that the life support is faltering.
I will go do that while you guys handle the power. I'll take care of the hard
Sounds
stuff.
good to me. Okay, now that he's gone, do y'all want to play some dice? I'm just kidding. No,
I'm planning to take full credit of the success of this mission all by myself.
Also,
I know,
chat,
I
if you
know.
want me to be particularly punishing towards Jorts, please spam the jeans emoji in chat, please.
I am waiting for John to just abuse that as soon as he hears the lag.
Yeah, we'll wait, and
he's going to want cannibalism, drug
All right.
use, and something
John,
homoerotic.
Should we eat jorts?
So as we wait for a response,
John, should we eat jorts for a religious purpose?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's the same jeans.
Eat my jorts.
All right. So as Jorts is trying to head back, so to get to the company office, it's actually at the very top level. So you do have to go through all the levels, but we'll stick with the girl squad here.
Teen girl
Oh wait,
squad.
Dash is not a girl.
I'm all right with girl squad though.
All right.
Not a girl yet. I mean,
yet. It might be part of the cult. I don't know yet.
It might be.
So you do notice that there is a cooling unit nearby, which seems to be the source of the grumbling and the fluctuation. Several wires seem to be detached, as well as a thin tube, which is what is causing the unit to malfunction.
All right. If I try my mechanical repair score on this, I am legitimately sure that we're all going to die. So the question is whether we do want a TPK or to live to see another day aboard our fine transport.
Yeah, mine's not great either.
Mine's 60. I can give it a go.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Do
go.
it.
Great. So I'm 2 over.
So I will say, as this option, you do have luck points.
Oh yeah?
You can spend 2 of those to bump yourself down.
Yeah, I will spend my luck on that.
I forgot about that.
I honestly kind of did too. It's my first time DMing in like a year.
I mean,
you're
Totally
doing
understandable.
fabulous, darling.
Yes.
Okay, so you take some of the weird black goop that's smeared all over the walls and use it as a kind of fixer, and you get the tube back in. You manage to hotwire the wires together, and the life support system coughs a bit and then kicks back in, and the lights stabilize.
I like to think that the display just moved from like a skull face emoji on the display to like a gasping face emoji. So it's improved by 1 level of emoji.
It's like the pain. It's like the pain scale, or you just have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Smiley face. It's just like.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys going to chase after Jorts?
I think chase might be too strong a word.
Can we cut him off at the pass? Do we have a better map than Jorts? Because I've got an in.
We could also just stop for coffee.
Was cut him off at the pass a Jean Jorts joke?
Jorts Junction?
So there's only really one way up because there's just the one access ladder. However, if you did want coffee, that's level 1 in the mess hall.
That does sound good.
And by this time, you have memorized the fact that I just want to share this because no one ever goes in the cafeteria, and I made this up. But when you were briefed upon boarding, Olga Sokolov, the chief of food development at the company, had this to say: "Our meals are exactly the thing needed to keep citizens from suffering space sickness and cryo deterioration. Our motto is nutrition and cost saving. Citizens will be happy to know that our reduction on food costs will be reflected in their voyage ticket and not in the flavor of their meals for the most part."
Yeah, I'm actually curious about this cafeteria.
Could I radio ahead and have my friend meet us at the cafeteria so that Jorts can't bring the case to her?
Absolutely.
Oh,
You know,
that's
she would follow
fun.
you anywhere.
Perfect. Like, oh my gosh, girl, we're going to the cafeteria to get some really bomb ass coffees. You should
coffee.
Yeah, you should come and meet us there. And if you see Jorts on the way, just ignore him.
Oh
I don't
my
think Jack
god.
needs anything
LOL. Hashtag let's get ripped. I'll bring my company card and it'll let us replicate alcohol, girl. Hashtag shots, hashtag spicy, hashtag cult.
Hashtag cult
Man,
night.
I wish
Fun
I was
night.
in a cult.
Yeah, this sucks.
I mean, you could always join. We're gonna have drinks. It's part of being in the cult.
I was never invited.
Can we message Jorts and be like, "Hey, loser, we're going to the
Wait,
cafeteria for
You're inviting
drinks."
Jorts before me?
I just invited
What?
you, and you said nothing. This is not my fault.
I'm in for sure.
Well, of course we knew
Jorts,
you were in.
You know, even though Jorts has been see, the thing is, Jorts, we would invite you if we didn't feel like you'd report us.
Damn it! That was exactly what I was going to do.
I know why a
Let you
Jorts
know.
asks. I know why a Jorts asks to be included.
This is why we have you in the cult and not Jorts.
Yep.
All right. So as the three of you are heading to the mess hall to meet up with cultist and Representative Cork, can all three of you roll me a luck roll?
Yep. Let's see. What the hell? Oh, okay. The hell is my luck?
Past.
I did 2.
I did 3, 10 and 1.
All right. So as you guys are eagerly running towards the mess hall to get crunk, because normally you're not allowed to replicate alcohol, so this will be the first time you've had it in like 16 months. You kind of like stumble over the body because you've completely forgotten that somebody was horrifically murdered down here. And you kind of kick this hollowed corpse over, and underneath his body, stained with both ichor and blood, you find a voice recorder and a crumpled piece of paper.
Ooh, do I even need to spot hidden with that? That like I would have.
It's like spot obvious, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I would have spotted if I passed that check.
You had said that you were searching them. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one you did with Gryvik?
That's the one I failed. No.
Yeah.
So that's the one where I was like, it's a body, you know. So that's what I would have discovered had I passed that check. Okay, cool. Can we listen to the recorder while we're on our way to the meeting?
Absolutely. So it's covered, besides with the icky fluids, with stickers of fruit. And as you listen to it, recorded on it are messages Strauss recorded for his daughter, Beverly. There are several recordings dating back since the start of the Epsilon's launch, telling her how much he misses her and loves her and wishing her a happy 8th birthday and promising that their money problems will soon be gone once he finishes his job on the Epsilon and that he won't leave her anymore once it's done. In the last recording, Strauss is excited, telling Beverly that he'll soon be finishing his job, and it'll only be a few more months before he lands on the planet. And then in the background, you can hear a faint hissing, then the snap of metal. Strauss pauses in his message, and then in the moment of silence that follows, a wet gibbering can be heard from somewhere else in the room. Then Strauss shrieks before the message is cut off.
You know, it's so heartwarming. Like a parent, you leave advice for your child, you leave, you know, your death screams and possibly the sound of your organs being consumed or at least removed. It's heartwarming.
I mean, that was the greatest thing my mother left for me.
Yeah, yeah. I like to think that when my own mom leaves this planet, she'll be kind enough to leave me that.
See,
Or hollowed out corpse.
Well, that's already in the will, so I'm not worried about that.
Right. That's.
I was
Although
just imagining.
we say
That's a basic estate
taxidermied,
law, you know?
taxidermied, not hollowed out. Come on, man.
I was just imagining that like it's 3 years worth of happy 8th birthday messages,
Mhm.
and
30 years
that the
worth of
daughter is
it.
just already dead, and so now
Oh.
they're just reunited.
Maybe
Sure.
That took a turn.
that's certainly the like least depressing outcome.
You're welcome.
So do you also grab the piece of paper or just the tape recorder and head off?
No, the paper too. I'm curious what's on that.
All right. Are you reading it as you go?
Yeah.
So the paper is a crumpled packing slip for an item with the SKU VCS00GGTH71108. And the instructions read, classified company equipment, handle with care. Containers equipped with backup cooling unit do not damage. 6 units inside containers ship directly to Moon Banuk upon arrival. Keep at negative 175 Celsius at all times. And there's blood splatter on the corner.
Well, someone didn't keep the eggs cold.
I mean,
Shameful.
yeah.
So you 3 are heading for the mess hall. Jorts, are you?
Jorts isn't invited.
I never got an invitation. I'm still.
I mean,
following
technically.
Jorts is still bound for the office that he's.
Oh, true.
not
Theo,
find
are you
anyone
sending
in.
an emoji-laden invite to your lawyer friend to see if you can get him to loosen up?
So Theo needs to get as many people into her cult as possible. Basically, it's just like a message where it's like, hey, it'd be really cool if you took the time to just hear me out on some things. You seem like a really genuine, good person, and I respect that and appreciate that. And I just wanted you to know what your actual true potential is. Send.
Man, I want you to know what your true potential is like chef's kiss, like cult leader stuff, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I gonna start selling Amway now?
Hey, I just want to say it was just fate. Maybe what is the god that you are pitching?
Can a god have a name? Jeff Goldblum.
Okay. Is that who we're going with?
Yeah, because it felt right.
So by the grace of Jeff Goldblum, you get a text from Cork, and she has sent you a video that she has deep faked of Jorts kind of mukbanging a pile of Jello.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so gross. I have to send this to 30 of my closest
Please
friends.
share that.
Send it to Jorts first
Blast.
before anyone else.
Accidentally. You're Sean because Jorts was who you texted last.
I feel like Jorts is just devolving into Lemon Grab.
That's my favorite character from Adventure Time. So for the sake of storytelling, Jorts is having to drag this luggage-sized metal crate. You all end up at the mess at the same time. Cork already has margaritas going. They're triple shots. They're heady.
Nice.
She kind of does that face like when you see somebody got invited and you're like, oh no, we have to pretend to be good people. Like when she sees Jorts. And then she does the typical greeting where she spits in her hand and she rubs it on Dash's and Theo's forehead, and then she assumably receives it in return.
Honestly, like the way that most religions handled COVID, that might as well be how people greet each other in religious communities.
Like in the rat.
So she does note that you're carrying the case, and she's like, oh, that's great. Okay, good. I would hate to have to dock. I mean, I would probably just blame it on you and an ouch, since you're not part of the club, you know, I'd have to got it hashtag glorious leader. She unironically says hashtag in dialogue. She's already like,
make sure everyone knows that I'm not with him. Like, this is not.
But you're not part of the cult, sweetie. So.
And I'm like, cult?
So she actually takes the case from you, and then she kind of makes a face and she puts it down, and she's like, "It's broken." She spins it around, and she kind of she looks at you with disappointment, like, "How did you not notice this? Like, were you just going to pretend it was okay?" And it becomes clear that one side has been pried open from the inside. There's a distinct lack of metal edges, which would indicate a tool wasn't used to cut it open. The thick metal was ripped open from brute strength alone. The edges of the opening are coated in a black substance, which you'll connect with looking exactly the same that has been covering all the vents and all the dead bodies.
So, like, I keep hearing it just described as being like something wet and covered in black goop, but I really want it to be a space mantid anyway. Or a whole nest full of them.
A space man?
No, space mantid, like praying mantis, you know.
I mean, you don't know. You haven't seen it yet. They could be really slimy ones.
Maybe. Okay.
I mean, the xenomorph was all KY jelly at one point.
True.
So I don't want you...
Spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go shitting on a creature you don't know about yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Reprimand received.
Keep your tone there.
Yeah, it's against her religion.
There we go.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I'll say 5 hail hamburglers and 3 our parents.
Blessed be.
I'll make sure that I give the full write-up of all of the infractions that the 3 of you have committed over the last hour and a half to our friendly, benevolent corporate overlord here, who would process it appropriately and dock all of your pay.
She definitely looks at Theo and she's like, or Theo, and she's like, wink.
Wink.
So I think that unless we have another place to go, that'd be a good natural stopping point. Seeing as we're just about...
I thought that was promised a grisly death. I mean, John is also chomping at the bits about cannibalism and shrooms.
I mean,
isn't John
we're pretty much near the conclusion if you want to see how bloody it gets.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So Cork kind of pokes in and she kind of is exploring, and she lets you know that she discovers that inside were 6 clear tubes, each about the size of a human forearm. The 2 closest to the open side are shattered and empty. The other 4 are covered in a melting frost. In each, there is an indistinct dark shape that pulsates and shudders from time to time. She goes ahead for the sake of time, and she scans the barcode. And she lets you know, she pulls up a file, and she goes, "Oh, that's kind of gross. Apparently, these were little creatures called the Molgites. They're from the Omega lab on planet ZJ765, and they were supposed to consume the moon's main resource, which is a special ore, and expel a valuable gas for collection. And they were supposed to be kept cold because apparently they're incredibly violent. They can stretch up to 2 meters high and are capable of bending a steel bar with their strength. So they're kind of mushy looking. She shows you a picture. Think sentient Jello, cosmic horror fans, Shoggoth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Their only weakness is extreme cold, hence keeping them frozen. Thanks, Jorts.
I did great.
Unfortunately, how ironic and narratively contextual, the chemical makeup of the ore is similar enough to human blood that extreme caution should be taken in transport, because these Molgites will attack and consume any human on contact. How weirdly coincidental.
Good thing I use these pages of this law handbook to protect my flesh.
I want to visit Blood Planet. I think that would be pretty cool. The planet of blood ore.
Yeah, the moon of the planet that you're going to, actually. Every night is a blood moon.
Hell yes.
Her little fox, Barry beeps, and she answers it. It's a call. Hello, it's Representative Cork. And on the other line, you hear a very dour voice say, Representative Cork, this is Company Administrator Fenn. We have received an alert that you accessed confidential files. We are not sure why the proper security was not in place. Be assured, we do not blame you. Can you confirm the whereabouts of the stolen cargo? She kind of nervously looks at her glorious leader, and then she informs Fenn that they found the cargo, and it appears to be missing 2 of the 6 creatures. And the reply comes, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Representative Cork. That is very valuable and dangerous cargo. On company orders, I've locked down Block 4, and you hear everything just buzz down. The lights all go out. Emergency lighting from the floor, which is that eerie blue color that everyone seems to light things with. And you hear the life support shut down, and the familiar hiss through the vents go quiet. I've locked down Block 4 and initiated an emergency vent. I'm sure you understand why we had to take these measures. The freezing temperatures of space will likely be the only thing to bring the cargo under company control again. Rest assured, your families will, of course, receive the company's typical bereavement package upon news of your deaths. And she clicks off.
Going to register a formal complaint using the grievance policies. I'll document this with like the lumens from like my wristlet, write it down on papers like my hands freezing. And I'm like, and furthermore, I think that there is religious activity is happening.
Yeah, so I bet you 50 credits you won't chug one of these tubes.
Speaking of chugging, Cork downs her margarita, and she says, based on my memory, I think we have exactly 10 minutes before we're out of air. I think if we can try to deal with this situation and get the creatures under control ourselves, we could perhaps save ourselves. And George, you will remember this is not illegal for the company to do. You did sign a disclaimer as part of your onboarding to the Epsilon.
I can still register a complaint.
Yes, you can, but it seems like a waste of time when you should know better. This is what happens when you're not in a cult.
Yeah. This is why joining under peer pressure is such an important thing that people need to do, kids.
I'm just saying, I think we have enough information that we can last minute save ourselves by killing Jorts. And as your leader, here's how it's going to work. We now know that they're attracted to blood. What is Jorts full of? Blood? It's blood. So we just have to spill enough of Jorts to lead them here. We capture them, put them back in the case, and then we don't die.
I have been put. I have been labeled as a coward, but I will at least stand my ground with my fountain pen.
And that's perfect. I grab the fountain pen and I stamp it right into your jugular so the blood goes through the fountain pen.
Before you do, Cork does point out that you don't really have a place to capture them in because the 2 glass vials that they had been in are shattered. And there aren't extra ones.
Yeah, I think we're boned. But
what if we let them both crawl inside Jorts and then we cryo-freeze him?
We cryo-freeze Jorts.
You do know
weekend at Bernie's, but it's like
we're going to be walking
space station at Jorts.
You do have the knowledge that the cryopods reach way below the freezing point for the creatures of negative 175 Celsius as part of the hypersleep process. And there would be arguably 40 free beds because there are 40 of you awake right now.
So we gut Jorts. You're a bed. Get the creature into the bed with Jorts. Close the door. Freeze it.
Sounds like a plan to me. But then, like, aren't they still gonna vent us? Like, if I know corporations, like, they want to be triple sure, you know.
Yeah.
Jorts, you would know that they would arguably try to win-win. So if they could get the citizens alive and the creatures contained, that's just more profit for them.
I would have an articulate response if I wasn't gouting blood from my neck. So I will just flail like a Kermit puppet.
I forgot I did that.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I will
George.
surf
Oh
it
wait,
in
so
my
we are
own
counting blood. We're not saying that Cork stopped you.
I mean, if you are all in a cult,
I'm not in
and
the cult.
You're in a cult by association now. You've been rolling with this too long.
So, Jorts, are you bleeding to death?
I thought this going into this that all jorts must die, and so I accept my
Really up
fate.
to you.
Well, Gertz is a bleeding, I guess. Let's get him into that bed and see if we can't attract some hungry squirmies.
I love the enthusiasm of cultists. Cork is going to let you know that I really love this initiative to get rid of a lawyer to save everyone else. He is a nice-sized man, and we are on level 1, and the cryopods are on level 3 via ladder.
Put some pressure on it now. And
Okay, yes, ma'am. She's like pressing the wound. Okay.
All right. That way the trickle will lead them.
It squirts.
We need to keep some blood coming out, but not too much blood. Just enough blood, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, queen.
Look at me in the eyes.
I'm looking at you in the eyes. Yes, queen.
Okay. Yes.
Hashtag blood. Hashtag just enough. Hashtag we drink it? Question mark.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm curious, right? I mean, they like it.
I know. Could it be good? I don't know. She kind of
let's.
She kind of tasted. She's like, no, I don't like that. I like margaritas better.
All right. Put this on the rim of the margarita glass.
Speaking of which, let's improvise. I grab margarita glasses and begin to fill from Jorts's neck so that we can transport it up the ladder. That I don't know. I honestly don't think we have time to turn Jorts into a tricky trap and
Jorts
still do
colada.
announcements and end of show stuff. But if you
We
guys
can all
want to push
assume that's where this is going, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Jorts, do you have any last gurgling words?
Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting you say that because
Couldn't have said it better myself. Perfect.
Well done.
You know,
well
as
done.
my father once said,
So you're kind of milking Jorts right now.
Yeah,
Dash. So because you were responsible, Theo, can you roll luck?
Yeah, see how well you milk Jorts.
No. Dash is the one milking.
Okay.
Jorts right now.
Oh, okay, me. All right, you got it.
Yeah, like kind of squeeze it, kind of.
What if it meets?
Okay.
That is.
Well, no, I did ask
What is
Theo
my
because she
luck?
was responsible for the killing. So
Okay.
Theo, what did you roll?
I met exactly.
Met exactly. Ooh. Okay, then yeah. Dash, what did you get?
Oh, I passed. I got a 42.
Okay. So I will say, Theo, after hearing that these little baby shoggoths love blood, or as I have them listed, the hungry iridescences, and you managed to spill a bunch of blood gouting across the mess hall, you suddenly hear a lot of activity in the vents. It's the Epsilon is entirely silent now with the air shut off, and you can hear something wet and hungry coming your way. Dash, you do a great job. You get like 4 margarita cups. The salt, crimson stained, but still on there. You were very careful. And they're like the big like fish gallon kind, like the kind you go to and you're like, I want the fishbowl kind. It has like the little plastic gummy sharks or whatever inside of it. Yeah, those are all blood stained.
Nice.
But you do feel pressed to time as the movement comes closer.
All right, let's see if we can't get up to where we can freeze these things.
All right, so you guys are heading out into the hall and up the access ladder to go up 2 levels to get to the cryopod chamber. As you hit the hallway, this time, Alsh, why don't you roll me luck?
Okay. I have a bad feeling.
Yeah, you should have a bad feeling. I'm just sad I couldn't figure out a way to get Jorts like eaten by you guys.
Like immediately. Oh, I passed. Okay, 32.
Behind you, as you leave the mess hall, you hear the vents hit the floor. Let the vents hit the floor. And you hear a hungry sucking and you look back, or do you look back? Do you choose to look back in the closing doors?
No, whatever that hungry sucking. I mean, yeah, okay. Of course, I'm going to look back at a hungry
Okay,
sucking.
who else is going to look?
Yeah, I'll have a look at some hungry sucking. Sure.
Okay.
So I'll have a look at the hungry sucking.
So
all the kids are doing it.
All three of you look back as the doors are closing, and you see two massive jelly-like creatures. Again, Shoggoth, if you're familiar, but purple. They're iridescent like oil upon the water, and they fall upon your infamous lawyer and start tearing his chest open and just kind of diving in like kids frolicking in the kiddie pool, slurping up his organs like little jello cubes. You know what you do? So good. You know, fighting over the heart. One of them actually does get stabbed with his pen. And it kind of screams, you know, it's like really upset, and it like kind of whimpers off for a bit, and it's like nursing
George
its
got
wound.
one in. George got his shot.
Yeah.
George did say this was his weapon of choice. And in the end, just that one moment, you guys rush up the 3 ladders, and you get to the 3rd level. So, Revenge of Jorts, roll me luck.
All right. Jorts has no luck.
So you didn't pass?
No, I didn't pass.
Okay.
I guess my last dying breath,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're like texting a complaint off to the company. So I guess his lack of luck is your luck because the revenge doesn't come to fruition, which I'm so disappointed for. But so instead of coming after you, you hear screams coming. I guess some citizens went into the mess hall for a snack and instead became snacks, which bought you a little bit more time. So you get to the cryopods. Again, there's 40 open. Take your pick and choose what you want to do.
I vote that we pick 2 pods and splash a whole shitload of blood into each of them and then hide.
That's
so
great.
One thing to note is that the cryopods have to be activated by the panel by their sides. So if you're doing it on 2 people will have to stay to be ready to activate the cryopod.
What skill do we need to successfully operate the cryopod?
So it's all cryopods, because the company is very cheap, is self-activated. So what happens as a citizen is you lay back in the relatively but not overly comfortable bed. You reach out, you hit the singular button, which activates the sequence, which then closes the lid over top and activates the freezing process.
Can I attempt to disguise myself?
Okay. How are you going to disguise yourself?
All right, let me see how this goes because I have a pretty high disguise. Let's see.
Okay.
And we close at time.
Okay, yeah,
we're at time.
Yeah.
Regrettably,
right.
but let's go ahead and see if we can play this out.
Yeah. So say 2 of you are hiding by the cryopods. At this point, the creatures are still smelling the blood. They thunder through the vents towards you. To see if you succeed, however, one of you roll. Well, 2 of you roll luck, 1 for each creature, to see if it falls for the blood trap.
Okay. I'll take one of them if no one else minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do it. I've had good rolls, and I would like for us to die.
I'll do 1.
Okay.
21.
I got a
pass.
15.
So pass. So the creatures, mind hungry with lawyer blood, fall upon it. This blood is just the highest kind of flavor profile they've had yet. They fall upon the bed, start ripping the tissue and cushions out. You guys activate the buttons. These things aren't smart. They don't even have brains. You quickly capture them. They freeze, and Cork lets the company know. So this is successful. Fen lets you know, thank you for retrieving and containing the cargo, citizens. As I'm sure you can imagine, the existence of that particular cargo is highly sensitive. In exchange for your discretion, the company is excited to present you all with your first choice in land plots and careers once you arrive at the planet. In exchange for that and a general appreciation bonus deposited in your accounts, you will need to each sign a lifetime NDA. Thank you, and never forget, your life belongs to the company. And that's it.
Yay! All right.
Hey.
Ashkin, if you'd be
Completed
so
all
Yeah.
objectives.
take
We
it
killed
out.
Jorts. Sweet.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jorts died yet
Got
again.
Margarita.
Jorts
Yeah.
actually,
welcome.
Jorts died the first time because the player believed that he had to be in the pod to make it work. So
That's awesome. That's too
I mean, kind of
bad.
the same idea. More
Yeah.
self-sacrificing rather than being murdered like today's Jorts.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
We are a bunch
6
of
of one, half a dozen of another.
We had the
Mhm.
better
We are
Jort. I don't know
very
what to
murder
say.
happy on this program as well. So
yeah.
yeah. Well, that was Horror on Epsilon 4 by the one, the only Plim or E.L. McMillan. McMillan? I'm saying that right?
Yep,
That's
PL
right.
Okay,
McMillan.
great.
You can find
PL
me at
McMillan.
author PLM on Twitter or Instagram, or you can see me on my website at plmcmillan.com, where I blog regularly. I have a YouTube channel, a podcast, all that fun stuff. And not to mention, free to read horror if you're interested.
Cool. And we have
see.
links to the game in our socials that we sent out with the show. So make sure to check that out. We had a blast. I'm sure you will too. So we have several things going on at Madness Heart Games that I need to blast through real quick. For one thing, our new release from Madness Heart Games, of which Wandering Monster is a product and or a constituent component of. Madness Heart Games has a new 4x4 holographic sticker out. It is called The Hungry Dawn. You can play as zombies. You can play as people trying to escape zombies. The 2 stickers are available. They are holographic. They really pop. If you go to John's TikTok, he has a video of him sort of flashing one back and forth, and you
They're really
slap
cool.
them into a book and turn any book you own into a spell book. A lot of fun, kind of a cool thing to get there if you are in the market. On the book side, on the 14th, Gina Rinaldi's Gush will be coming out. This is a collection of vaginal horror that we are very, very pleased to present. We're excited about this. Gina's a great author. We've already published All Men Are Trash from her, among other books. So looking forward to that one. We also have our next batch of Madness Heart pocketbooks dropping on the 18th. That'll include Bestial, which I like to say instead of Bestial, by the one and only Lucas Mangum. As well as titles by me, by Doug Ford, by a couple people. And there's the first batch available too. And you can find all of that at madnessheart.press. As for us folks here, us fine folks here on Wandering Monster, if you're looking for anything about the show, you can find it all at our website, wanmoncast.com. You can find us on socials at wanmoncast on Twitter. Is probably the best place to keep up with us. You can catch our back catalog at tinyurl.com/WMcast. Anyone else have anything that they want to throw into this? No.
That there are still 4 days left to back Metromancer, which is
Thank you.
now officially the largest, like most funded third-party cyborg Kickstarter
So
in
cool.
history.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we are, I think, now the second most backed. I have to check. It's either second or third most backed. I don't want to lie, but a lot of stuff. So yeah, $16.6 thousand. It's crazy. So
a lot of talented
out.
folks involved in
Yes,
that,
a lot of,
including Ian and who are some of the artists?
Simone Temeta and Caleb Engelke. We have Philip Jensen. Johan Noor himself does 2 pieces. That's one of our largest expenditures in the budget, since he is such a hot commodity. We have Billy Blue, and we also have Nihir and Nikaros Collective are all in that. Oh, and Scrap Princess has done 2 pieces for us as well, if you like her work.
Fantastic. Awesome. So, until the next installment of this fine program, we will catch you on the flip side. John usually says, and I like it, thank you for joining us on this consensual journey we call Wandering Monster. Let's just go with that one. I have been Charles R. Bernard.
I've been get out of my space. I've been PL McMillan, and super thankful for you guys letting me guest DM.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have been a fountain of blood.
Yes.
The beloved Jorts.
Yeah.
I don't think I was a very good cult leader, guys.
I think you did a great job.
Yeah, you got
You're the
how
most
much
effective character.
Yeah.
you got like cult members.
Snitch on
Yeah.
everyone, and I got stitches.
Yeah.
I even get stitches.
All right.
Liquefied.
Yeah, the guy who didn't want to be in the cult got. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
until
tells
next week, I don't know. Play some games.
Join your friendly local
Join a
cult.
cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play some
Join a
games.
cult.
Join a cult.